Hello, just a short video from inside my Tesla Model 3. Now here's a sort of a word of warning for people who have got electric cars. It also applies to fossil cars as well. Because of all this lockdown and lack of travelling around and cold weather, your car, the 12-volt battery in the car gets cold and it loses power. Because even when the car's standing still, especially you've got things like keyless entry, the car is never actually not using power. It's like a bit like a TV is in standby. So all the time the car's parked, the 12-volt battery is using up power. So after a couple of weeks, especially in cold weather, because batteries really don't like it cold, the power in the battery goes away. Now this happened on my wife's Kia Soul EV. Got in it, hadn't been moved for a couple of weeks, and also electric cars actually have small 12-volt batteries because they don't need the bigger battery to turn over the old fossil engines. So they've still got 12 volts, but it's a smaller capacity battery because all it's got to do is run the functions like wipers and lights. It just hasn't got the big pull of turning over a fossil engine. So anyway, so I got in my wife's Kia Soul EV. Press the L pedal down, press the button to start it. Everything was doolally. It said check the brakes, it wouldn't start up and all things like that. And all sorts of crazy warnings as if the car's terminally ill. Oh well. But it occurred to me, because I've heard about these things before, it's because the battery. So it's no need to panic thinking it's going to blow up. It's the 12-volt battery. It's got so low on power that it can't actually do the function of, starting up the operation procedure of a EV. I mean, it doesn't take much power at all, but it just needs to start up, check its systems. And the battery was so low, like absolutely empty, that it had nothing in it. So I got the old battery charger, like I used to on my we used to have a fossil car, and connected it up. And sure enough, everything's fine. It's just the battery was so low, it was wiped out. So it's a sort of a cautionary tale that if you don't drive the car for a couple of weeks, it'll run the battery down. Because the way the old 12-volt battery gets power is from the big battery, but only when you're driving it. Or now, if you're in somewhere where you can't easily charge your car, so you can't charge a 12-volt battery either, you don't actually have to drive the car around. I mean, with a fossil car, you really need to drive it around because it's a bit antisocial to start the engine in the street and just leave the car running, and someone might pinch it. But on an electric car, you can start up the system, and if you're just going to leave it running, you can turn off the heater, or so you don't want to turn off the lights, so you're not wasting a thing. So all the power from your big battery is charging up your little battery, little 12-volt battery, and that will need to be done. Sort of 2 weeks is quite a while. Probably once a week is not a bad idea. And as I say, you don't need to drive around; you just need to get the operations running and charge your little 12-volt battery. Because if it's not charged up, it won't start. It won't start with a petrol car, won't start with a diesel car, won't start with a electric car. But of course, it's much more apparent with a petrol car, diesel car, because you turn the key and the thing won't turn over. But electric car just needs that little bit of power. It's not a lot of power, but it's a little bit of power to start up the operation procedure. So a cautionary tale, especially in the winter, because the winter hits batteries hard. Batteries don't like freezing temperatures. It knocks them back. It knocks back in an electric car, knocks back a big battery, and it knocks back a little battery. In a fossil diesel car, it knocks back your little 12-volt battery. And also, the old fossil engine's harder to turn over when it's cold. So it's a big suck of power when you turn the key on that fossil engine to get that engine going. So it's just a precautionary tale that if you just leave it, it will be running down slowly, all on its own. Fossil car, diesel car, electric car, they are using power while they're just sitting there. So beware. And if you turn on, say you've got an electric car and all the systems look like they're going crazy, don't worry, it's just the battery's flat. I say it's really flat. Because I'll show some pictures here. When I connected up the trickle charger, only a little tiny charger, as soon as I connected that up, everything worked. I mean, it was such a small amount of power that was needed to get the electric car or functions going. But so it's something to watch out for. And say same with both fossil and electric cars. In the winter, you can't just abandon them and think they're going to start up. I mean, well, they will start up. The battery's okay. They'll start up every time. Actually, modern cars, fossil, diesel, or EVs, they'll start up every time, and the battery's decent. But the battery in the winter, the battery's everything. So take care and watch out for the battery going flat. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.